Hey guys, it's the Disco Spider, and this is Illumination Entertainment's second animated film of this year, the first being Secret Life of Pets, and the sixth one overall. And Illumination isn't one of the animation studios where I necessarily love all their animated films. The only one I could say that I really liked was Despicable Me. The others were fun and entertaining, but nothing great, like Despicable Me 2 and The Secret Life of Pets, or complete garbage that I wish I could forget, like the Lorax and the Minions movie. But can Illumination pull out another great movie with Sing, or would this fall under the categories that I mentioned before? The film is about a koala who hosts a singing competition so he can save his theater. The main part of the film are the characters. It is a very character-heavy movie, and this is one of the main flaws of the movie, is the characters aren't developed. Each character has a backstory and a problem which led them to the competition to tell, but none of them are really told well. I liked how they tried giving each character some sort of backstory instead of having characters that are pointless and are only there just to have a certain actor/actress to be credited in their movie. But the execution with them were bad, and that's just because each character didn't have enough screen time to tell their full story. We have 6 main characters, but the movie jumps to each story that we just don't have enough time to connect to a character. We start to sympathize with the character, but when we're about to start to feel for that certain character, the scene ends and then we get another character. And because of that, I didn't feel a real connection between the 6 main characters. Granted, I didn't hate them. I still thought for the most part they were likable, but I didn't care as much for the characters like I would have wanted to. I wanted to like and feel for the characters, and I wanted for their story to be really emotional and heartwarming, but because they had to struggle so many subplots and characters, instead of getting maybe a few well-developed characters, we got none. And another reason why the characters were disappointing was that their stories were cliched. We have the stay-at-home mom that wants to prove to her kids and husband that she can do more than just take care of her family, a father of a criminal that doesn't want to do what his father is doing, but instead be a singer even if his father won't approve, the shy teenager who has a great singing voice but is way too shy to share it with the world, the con artist that only cares about money, and the guy who is trying to pursue his dreams even if it's getting too hard on him. We've heard of these types of backstories from other movies before, and although if this was handled well, these could have been interesting and heartwarming stories, but because they tried to handle so many character developments all at once, they didn't have enough time to do them all and only halfway develop each character, making it seem half-assed and making the characters a little too generic and not memorable. And because the plot was so dependent on having strong characters, it came across as weak. It's a basic plot that we've heard a ton of times before. A failing business trying to pull off a stunt to save their business and not have it shut down. And if the characters were developed, it could have made this simple plot excusable, but without it, it's very noticeable that it's cliched. A simple plot to tie in with these complex backstories to help us sympathize with the character. But without the full development, we didn't care much for the characters and couldn't connect to them. And because we didn't care for them, we started noticing how generic and cliched the movie sounded. But with all that, everything else in this movie was good. The animation was beautiful, and I really liked the movement of the characters, especially in the musical acts, and I especially loved the gorilla in the movie. His design worked so well for his character movement. And the songs weren't actually that bad. There are over 85 songs in this movie, most of which are only for a few seconds, and for the most part actually worked. They are used sparingly, most being for the musical acts or only used for about 5 seconds, so it doesn't get too tedious with the songs. And for the final act with all the final performances, I really loved the singing. I thought each and every character had a great singing voice, especially Seth MacFarlane. I may have a strong hatred for his writing style and everything he makes, but what I can say about him is that he does have a great voice. And the songs actually serve purpose to the movie, since it's about a singing competition, so it was totally justified when a character went into song, and even helped move the story along, something I can't really say for other movies such as Trolls. And although it may seem like I hate this film, I don't. And that's because this film has a fun spirit. I know it seems corny to say, but I did have fun with this movie. It's on the same boat as Secret Life of Pets, where the story and the characters were flawed, but the tone of this movie was just so upbeat and fun that I just can't hate this movie. Although I do prefer Secret Life of Pets over this one. But in general, Sing was an okay film. The characters were really disappointing by not being developed enough, which led to the characters' backstories being very cliched, making the story feel too basic. But what I can say about this film is that it had great animation, entertaining musical numbers, and a fun tone. Nowhere near the best animated film of the year, but nowhere near the worst either. If you're a fan of Secret Life of Pets or any movie like that, where the story isn't that great and doesn't have much developed characters, yet the movie is still fun and does have at least a few likable characters, then you'll enjoy this movie. But don't expect a phenomenal film out of this. So anyways, I'm the Disco Spider, and peace out.